Recording has started. Well, let's get this call kicked off. How about you say we get kicked off, Darrin?
No, let's wait about one more minute because everyone's
Cool.
still jumping on the old Zoom link, and I just shot out a text to some people to jump on here.
Cool. Sounds good. Well, then we'll give it till 3:00. Well, say about 3:04 or 3:05.
We'll give it about an hour. Just let's give it about an hour. We'll do a training class.
We got some more African Americans jumping on, so we gotta wait a little bit. Gerhard, that means we're late. Our culture.
I'm always on time. I don't know what
The other ones. I'm just playing. Dom, I see you on here, man. What's up? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Look, as you're tuning in, please, if you have guests who are on here, please welcome them in the chat. We want to shout them out. We want to shout you out wherever you're tuning in from in the world. I know we've seen people from Austria, Australia, the UK, all around the world. Some countries that I didn't even know we were open in. Well, welcome, everybody. I think that's the Netherlands flag. What's up? Get your beast out there. Killing it.
Post where you guys are at. Post where you guys are at. I see Germany. What's up, Germany? Switzerland. Korean, are you the only one in Switzerland? New Zealand, Scotland, Denmark. Global. It's Team Executive Network. We're global. Scotland, what's up?
Ireland.
And Birmingham.
Jen, you back there cooking something, man. Let me go mute your line. We got people in the kitchen. Everybody's in the house, man. He multitasking.
Where's the state at? There it is. Texas.
H-Town.
Indiana.
What's up?
Kentucky.
Vietnam, Indiana.
Vietnam.
Cool. Now, I will say this for everybody who may have guests on here. A lot of people have challenges with the audio on Zoom when they first start. I don't understand why, but make sure if you do have first-time users of Zoom that are your guests, make sure they know how to turn their audio on, because I know there were a bunch of people the last call we had with Tierra and Heidi that didn't have their audio on and didn't know how to turn it on. So make sure that you let everybody know how to turn their audio on. If somebody can direct in the chat, that'd be perfect, because we don't want anybody to miss out on what is going to be shared. So look, if you're tuning in, welcome all you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Put your country where you're tuning in from. If you have guests on this line, welcome them. Welcome, Sabrina. Hope everybody's having a wonderful day so far, or if your day is ending, if it's Australia, it's just beginning. I mean, I think that's pretty cool that we're on an international scale and everybody from around the world is a part of this team. So I think that's awesome. We'll give it.
If people are struggling with their audio, because someone that I have on is struggling with their audio, what do they mean?
Yeah. Okay. If somebody could put a description in the chat on how to turn on the audio, there's a couple ways. You either swipe to the left of the screen if you're on your phone, and there should be a push to talk button on the screen. And then also there's an option, there's an audio option if you're on a computer that allows you, if you click on, you got to click on the audio icon. So make sure everybody clicks on the audio icon so they can turn on their audio so they're able to hear. Because I know a lot of times some people who are first-time Zoom users cannot get that bad boy to work. Man, I remember calls. I'm waiting 10 minutes for people to fix the audio. Millennials too.
Yeah.
So if you're upper in age, don't worry. It's not just you. It's us young people too. We don't know how to work our own phones either.
Wow, Australia, what's up? Australia's packing out.
Hey.
Good morning to you.
Good morning, mate. Cool. Man, we have people from all around the world. Shane, you're in Utah. Again.
Thanks, Marty. Appreciate that. Thanks, State. Well, oh my gosh, everybody's putting in. Thanks, Matt, everyone. Nicole. All right, let's do it. Let's do it, Jason.
Cool. Well, let's get this call kicked off here. I want to welcome everybody to today's Power Hour TEN Team Executive Network Vision Call. I'm excited to be the host today and share the vision on what this opportunity and what this idea is all about. And not just by myself, I have some phenomenal guests, some powerhouse individuals in the game of entrepreneurship, network marketing, who have built 6- and 7-figure income businesses in this profession. But really quick, I want to welcome everybody who's tuning in here. You know, I want you to understand that you are definitely investing your time. You're not spending it. There's a lot of things, or there's a lot of TV shows you could be watching right now, or movies or whatever, but you're on this call because I know for a fact that you want to better your life. You know, I don't think you just woke up in the morning and randomly just clicked Zoom to jump on something, but I think you're here for a purpose. And I think you're here because you're looking for something more in life. You know, as we go through these times with everything going on in the world, we're all in a similar position. And I believe that, you know, we're all in a similar position and we can all win in this position. But you have to have a vehicle and you have to have the right opportunity for you to win. Like Gerhard, I always say this to people, you know, let's say I have a goal to get to an island, you know, and I want to get to an island that's across waters. I can have the best car. I can have the fastest car. You know, I can have a $3 million Bugatti. But unless I have a ship or a plane to get me to that island, I'm not going to make it across the water. And I think a lot of people think that they're in the right vehicle to help them get to where they want to go. But you need to make you want to make a change, and you want to do something that has no limit. You know, and I know that this is what this opportunity is all about. So really quick, a little bit about myself. You know, I'm from Indiana, born and raised. If you've seen in the comments with the cornfields, yeah, we're in the city part. Everything around us is cornfields. But anyways, I was an athlete growing up. I played sports my whole entire life, and basketball is everything to me. You know, I didn't know of anything outside of sports, mainly because I didn't want to, because I grew up seeing my parents struggle and working multiple 9-to-5s at a time. And as we see everything going on, you know, it really showed me the power of entrepreneurship and show me a reason why we need to learn how to earn different streams of income outside of a 9-to-5. And so at the age of 18, I jumped into this business. I got connected with Darrin and a couple other individuals at an event. They opened up my mindset and showed me the right route on how I can build wealth in nowadays economy. And I like to call this the business of the 21st century, the business of the future, you know, because what we're doing right now is probably, I would say, Gerhard, is probably the only thing that has not been affected in a negative way by everything going on outside. You know, I remember when I talked to somebody, they said my job went down. Well, our business went up because we're in the business of serving others, you know, and specifically within nutrition, specifically within opening up doors for another stream of income. So what I'm going to do really quick, I'm going to bring up 3 different individuals. And these are guys who are powerhouses in this profession, just to share their stories. You know, I believe facts tell, stories tell in every single scenario. And we want to sell you on a better idea. You know, and I want everybody to keep your minds wide open, because you don't know what you don't know. Even if you're on this phone call and you're like, you know what, I have no clue what this is, Diana. I don't know what these guys are talking about. By the end of this phone call, you're going to know exactly what this is about. So keep your mind wide open and take advantage of this opportunity. So with that being said, first person I'm going to bring up, Mr. Darrin Gibson. He's the one who introduced me to this business. And when I met him, I think he was either 23 or 24 at the time, multiple 6-figure earner within this profession. And, you know, the biggest thing that I learned from him is the vision. You want to be able to have your own vision, but you want to be able to cast a vision. And that's what he's going to do, as I have him share his story and share why what we're doing with Team Executive Network, with the company that we're attached to, why this is the right opportunity, and why you want to learn how to build streams of income outside of a 9-to-5. So Darrin, if you can take it away, man, with your story, and then kick this call off.
Yeah, for sure. Well, thanks, Jason, for hosting once again. Welcome everybody that's on this call. I'm really fired up. Been on multiple calls today, and for different reasons, Jason. That's what I'm really excited about. You know, I've been on a call earlier with Australia for the health aspect. All they were talking about was being happy and being in a positive environment. Been on different calls for when it comes to the finances. And it reminds you back to what Bob Proctor said years ago. He said, when you're joining an opportunity, don't just join for the method, join for the mission. You want to figure out what the mission is. And I love what Linda Proctor's mission was and still is today, which was to help 500 people earn a 6- or 7-figure income and to become financially free. I love also as well what Bob says, if you're worried about your money, then that's not really freedom. And right now, what we have here today for people to really look into, not just look into the opportunity, but really make a decision on doing something different to create a different result. It's just like what Bob says. Bob says a lot of things, right? He says most people want change, but they don't want to be changed, right? Only a baby loves to be, only a wet baby loves to be changed, right? So most people don't like the change in themselves, but they want change on the outside world. And I'll tell you right now, if you don't change something inside, meaning if you don't change the way that you think, the results you get today is based on what you think today. And that was going back in 2014, Jason, when I first met the guy that you're going to hear from at the end, Brad Alkazin, who kind of came to my house and opened up my mindset to not just network marketing, not none of that, but it was really just the environment is changing. I think that's one of the conversations that we talked about the most was environment's changing. And if you look at the way that people are traveling now, the way that people are staying in homes, Airbnb, if you look at Netflix, if you look at the way we watch movies now, the world is changing. And if we don't change with the world, we're going to be lost in the sauce. And at that time, I was really, really skeptical because at the time, all I seen was my mom and dad go to work. And if you don't see great things, you probably won't be a great person. I think exposure is one of the biggest things. And that's what Brad said, you know what, I want you to come to this seminar and meet this guy, Bob Proctor. I didn't know who Bob Proctor was at the time. He said, you never seen the movie The Secret, never read the book The Secret? I said, well, Brad, I didn't even know there was a secret at the time. I said, Bob, I don't know who Bob Proctor was. I said, but I'll come. It's in LA. I got family out there. So I flew out there and met Bob Proctor, and I went to my first seminar, The Science of Getting Rich. And it is a science. Bob says, to get rich, it is a science. And you got to find out what that science is. But you got to be around people that know the science. And that's what I really got into this, because not just because of the income, Jason, but because of the environment. I mean, if you hang around crippled people, you'll learn how to limp. And if you hang around people that know how to run, you'll learn how to sprint. So I knew that Bob and Linda had the proven track records. Success leaves clues, and poverty does as well. And that's when Bob said, you got to join Linda Proctor. She's looking for some leaders. She's in the health and wellness industry. I'm just like Jason, been in sports my whole life. And after basketball didn't work out for me, I was not looking for an opportunity at the time. I was the guy that was kind of going with the flow, and only dead fish go with the flow. I was that dead fish just going whatever the current took me, right? And that's when I got direction in my life. And Bob said, you got to join Linda. Network marketing is one of the best ways to earn multiple streams of income. It's where you get to build a business, build it from home. And I got excited. I got excited for the mission and what Linda had. And here we are today. I remember when these calls, we couldn't even get these calls jam-packed with just 5 people. And I remember when the meeting that we had at Linda and Bob's house, Jason, and Linda casted out the vision with just a couple of us. And I'm a firm believer now that mass movements doesn't start with the masses. It starts with individuals. And Linda had that vision in her mindset of what she was going to create. And now here we are today with Gerhard and Brad and all the people that are just highly successful just off that one movement or that one vision that Linda had. So if you're on this line and you're looking for something, I don't know what you're looking for. I don't know what it is that you're wanting to get into. But what I would say is keep your mind wide open. Your mind's not going to fall out. I guarantee it. Just keep your mind wide open and watch what happens and think about some of the things and some of the stories that you're going to hear today and see how you can implement this in your life. This is not about me. It's not about the leaders that are talking today. It's about you. Think about what you need to change and think about it. A lot of my friends, even a lot of people said, 2020 is a new decade, Brad. 2020 is my year. We all said that before. And now January comes and now February is gone and now March is gone. And where are you at result-wise? Did you promise yourself you're going to travel more? Did you promise yourself you're going to earn more income? Did you promise yourself, you know what, I'm going to really get my body right. I'm really going to be healthier. What promises did you promise yourself that you haven't accomplished yet? So that's what you want to think about as these leaders are talking, because that's what I started thinking about back in 2014. And thank God I said yes to that one decision that changed the course of not just my life, but my friends' lives, my family's lives, Jason, your life. And I'm just grateful for Brad opening my mindset. So be grateful for whoever brought you on this call. We don't blast this on Facebook. We don't blast this to everybody. We work with people that we want to work with. And that's what I'm a firm believer of. When you're around great people, you'll become a great person. So Jason, I'm excited. What you want to look at when it comes to these 3 Ps, if you're taking notes, one is the principle. I looked at the Proctor's principles and what they valued in life and what they were going for. And it matched up and it lined up to what Darrin Gibson and his family was trying to do. And the next one is the process. What process do you need to go through? Like I said, success leaves clues. If you follow somebody who's lost, where would that take you? But if you follow somebody that has proven results, where would that take you? And the last thing is people. You want to be around positive people. Don't feed your mind anything that's going to eat your peace. Be around people that uplift you. Be around people that make your mind stretch. Be around people that really give you a proven result that helps you grow. And that's exactly what TEN with this team has for you today. I was talking to somebody that's on the line right now, a part of a different company. And I said, if you're stuck, then you want to be around somebody that's not stuck. Get unstuck. Work with people that have the results that you want. And watch what happens in the next 30 to 60 days of your life. And I'll tell you, like Bob told me, Brad, he said, write down today's date, because you'll literally need a telescope to see where your life started from just in a matter of a couple of months. So I'm really fired up, Jason. Thanks for having me, man. Appreciate it.
Appreciate that, man. I mean, I think that's very powerful on the messages you said, you know, especially with the time that we're in now and people looking to make a change and make a transition. You know, life's all about transitioning, you know, and I think that right now with this business, with this vehicle, you know, being network marketing, seeing the success that has added value to many people's lives, there's no better opportunity than this, you know. And so I think it leads to a quote that I was thinking of by Earl Hoffer, and he said, most people are beautifully equipped to deal with the world that no longer exists. And I think that, you know, right now as we get into this transition, you want to develop new skills, develop new habits, and develop a new way of earning income. And this is by far one of the best ways. So with that being said, this next individual I'm going to bring up, this guy's all the way out there in Europe, you know, one of the top leaders in Europe. And I'm going to bring him up to share his vision, you know, to share why network marketing is the wave of the future, you know, and why we chose the business that we're a part of today, and what he believes is going to happen within the next couple of weeks. You know, because we're looking into the future, and within the next couple of weeks, I mean, right now it's already exploding. But with this guy's vision, I know for a fact, he's going to share some light on what you can do to change your life, being a part of network marketing and being a part of our team and the business we're a part of. So with that being said, I'm going to bring up Diamond leader Gerhard Klenner from Austria, Vienna. So Gerhard, go ahead and unmute your line, man, and take it away.
Thank you, Jason. Thank you to all. They are here. It's so great to have the opportunity to make an international business out of a small country like Austria. So many cities around the world are bigger than Austria. And we have the possibility to make an international business and create residual income. My story started 20 years ago. I was technical engineer. I had no experience about network marketing, but I was ready to change my life because I earned good money, but I hadn't enough time for my family, for sport, to have freedom, really freedom, unlimited life. That was far away from me. And so I was searching for a change in my life, and somebody told me about network marketing, and I said, okay, I don't know what it is. I hadn't experience about that, and I started to read some books about that, and it sounds pretty good. And for me, it was really important when I changed my life. I want to do something what brings fun in my life, to work with friends together, to have time freedom, financial freedom, to have a business what I can give away to my children when I'm far away from this world. Was so many things what I thought about that what a new business should bring to me, to myself, to my family. I want to have a business where I can go out for sport, not in the evening, not early in the morning. when the sun is shining, I want to go out. And I was searching for more freedom and also for a possibility to have a 5-figure income each month or more, 6-figure income each month. And my friends thought, okay, he's crazy now, midlife crisis or so on. But I started to change the life for myself and for my family. And I started in network marketing. And I started with all that, what people told me what I should do to create a big, big momentum from start now. And I did all that, what successful people told me. And it was so easy to do all the steps what they saying to me. It was so easy to do every step what people they had or have success in that business told me. And I started to explain all the people around myself what I'm doing, that I'm changing my life. And some of my friends told me, okay, you're crazy, but if it works, I will be with you. And so we started together to build a small team. And out of the small team, the team grows and grows and grows. And a bigger team happened. And so other people who told me, oh, now he's crazy and midlife crisis, they come to me and asked me, Gerhard, is it too late to come into your team? It's never too late to change your life. And that's important. Think about 3 things. How should your life be in the next 20, 50 years? The whole life. What do you want to change in the next days to create a better life for you? The second is, how many money do you want to have every month to live your perfect life? And the third one, when do you want to have point 1 and point 2? It's easy to start. Do that what successful people tell you that you should do to change your life. And think, if that what you hear today is real, what can that bring in your life? What can that change in your life? How can your life could be? How should your unlimited life could be? And that's a perfect thing to work together as a team, and all advantages what all people have in the team can create together with you a momentum to bring energy and knowledge into your business from start on. You don't have to know all things what you need. You can learn every day a little bit to make your dream come true. And that I wish for you. Thank you.
Wow, that's powerful, Gerhard. Appreciate you sharing that, man. I mean, you touched on some huge points, you know, and I think the biggest question every single person wants to ask that Gerhard asked is, what do you really want? You know, from him coming from a background, I think we all have a different background here. You know, I play sports, you know, Darrin plays sports as well. You know, Gerhard, you were into engineering, you know, everybody has a different thing that they were doing. And so, but we're all in this business together. You know, we're all doing this one business. We've all came together in this one business and to help our lives outside of this. And I think that's very impactful that everybody asks yourself, you know, what do you really want? You know, and with network marketing, Gerhard has given you, your wife, and your friends around you a life that they never thought was possible. To have the time freedom, financial freedom, to increase your health with the nutrition, you know, in every single aspect. I think that's very important. And so as I bring up this next individual, you know, I look back, Gerhard, you know, 4 years ago, when I was first, 4.5, when I was first introduced to this profession. And, you know, I would say certain things. I remember watching, you know, people like Brad, people like Darrin, individuals like Bob Proctor, and watching these guys, you know, talk about certain topics. You know, the biggest topics were you should learn how to find financial freedom. You know, you shouldn't be trading time for income. You know, you got to find a way to build generational wealth. And I think that's very important as we find different ways to do that. And I remember me talking on those topics, but I didn't understand why I was saying things. You know, I was just following the leader. and I would just say what they would tell me to say. And so now I look at what's happening today, and I realize why I was saying those things. And I look at how people's lives has changed like yours, man. It's just phenomenal. But as I bring up Brad Alkazin, the name I already mentioned, you know, this is a guy, if it wasn't for him, you know, me or Darrin wouldn't be here because he introduced him. But I remember seeing Brad on the videos and seeing the kind of lifestyle he was living. I mean, this guy was young when he earned his first million. I mean, he's a multi-million-dollar earner within this profession, has helped, I think, even hundreds of thousands of people, you know, change their lives within his time being within this business. And I believe that if you do exactly what he says, do exactly what Darrin, Gerhard, what these guys say, your life would change dramatically. And a lot of people say, you know, I want to be around wealthy people. I want to be around people that are successful. Well, now's your chance. You know, now's your chance to hear these individuals out and hear what they would do if they were to start all over again, being network marketing. And so Brad's been with the best of them, and he is one of the best of them. So I'm going to have Brad Alkazin jump on here to share his story, share his vision. Brad's probably going to touch, I know for a fact he's going to touch on the nutrition that we have, the importance of building the business around that, and also the business model of network marketing and what it can do for you in your life starting today. So Brad, are you there?
I'm here, Jason. Can you hear me?
Perfect, man. I can hear you fine. Take it away, man.
All right, man. Thanks for that introduction, and great to see you on here. And thanks for hosting today, and also to see you, Darrin, looking always looking so good. And Gerhard, that was fantastic, man. I mean, just hearing that really, it was so. You can clearly, you know, understand exactly, you know, what we could understand what you were saying, and you made some great points. You know, just what it can do. I think, you know, and hearing everybody, you know, share today, I've really been thinking about, you know, what's been the most important thing for me in this journey, and really what's been, you know, really what's been the driving force in my life. But I think in really, you know, what has gotten me to this point, and specifically, I'm saying that around this business. And so, you know, I think, you know, we all have reasons and different intentions in the things we do in life. It's hard to sometimes, you know, understand where everybody's at. But I think at the bottom of it all, we all want to know, you know, really, you know, what's the secret? You know, I love what Darrin said. You know, he never even knew there was a secret, right? You know, what was it that he was able to find, you know, that really started to change his life? And I think the biggest thing that really I've learned through the years, everybody, and what makes a lot of sense is that people want fulfillment. People want to be fulfilled. People want to be happy. And I think the bottom line today is you got to take a step back and ask yourself you know, are you truly happy with where you are right now? And I think for me, you know, along the way, that's what really helped me, you know, find a vision. That's what really helped me establish a vision, you know, in the years of my life. Because I think when I started, you know, years ago, you know, I had a vision, like many of you did. If you're young and you were passionate for something growing up, you know how important that was to you. And, you know, it's almost like in basketball, you know, it was something that Jason and Darrin and I talk about a lot, that, you know, we just love playing the game. We love to go out and just be able to be with our friends and play, you know, just for fun, or play, you know, at a high level. And so I think, you know, when you start to think about the things that you love to do, you know, you hear, you know, Gerhard talk about the things he wanted to be able to have for him and his family, the things that they wanted to be able to, you know, you got to ask yourself, you know, what areas are you really, you know, spending the most time in your life? And I think, you know, when it comes down to, you know, people being happy, they got to find fulfillment. And so for me, it started, you know, when I realized, you know, playing a lot of sports, but basketball is what I really fell in love with. You know, that one thing. You know, we used to watch a movie called Love and Basketball. You know, and this was a movie that every basketball player about, and the dream, you know, the dream, the vision to play pro, to go to the league, the NBA. And so, you know, I can relate, you know, when we were, you know, younger, that you got to have that vision. You got to know where you're going, right? And I think for a lot of reasons in life will kind of knock us off track. It'll kind of take us in a different direction. And sometimes we end up, you know, I've seen it a lot, where we end up, you know, kind of going down a road that we don't even know. And so, and to a point where you're at a point where you don't even know how you got there. And you're asking questions, you know, why am I here? How did this happen? And I got to say this, and this is something I really, you know, appreciate from my dad through the years I've learned. He says, life is a do-it-to-yourself project. Isn't that right? Isn't that so true? You know, it's such a project, you know, my dad always would say, what you focus on grows. And it's so true. And so, you know, when we were younger, we focused on school and basketball, you know, a little playing video games, things that we found, you know, a little bit of time doing. But to be honest, the passion, the burning desire, you know, the will to win, you know, the things that we learned too from that were so valuable about, you know, team building, you know, playing with a team and other things. But again, my point today, if you want a little vision of where we are and where we're going, is it's all about, number one, fulfillment. And when you can find that in where you know, spend your time in your day, I truly believe you'll start to find joy. You'll be happy. And so, you know, that's where, number one, for me, it all started, because again, you got to have that fulfillment in the things that you're doing, or you just won't be, you know, you won't be able to see things start to grow. You'll just kind of stay stuck in that one spot. And so number two, you know, when you start to think about, you know, what really will happen is that something, you know, will come your way. And I think the biggest thing for me as I look back was something came into my life that I really had no real idea about, right? I never really knew, and again, in basketball, I didn't really know how far I could go until I really gave it, you know, my all, until I gave it that opportunity, until I gave it a shot. And I'm really pleased with where that ended up, you know, as I look back in that experience, and I'm sure the guys know what I mean. But number two, as I look at my journey and what happened, you know, I never really would have found myself, you know, doing a business at a young age. You know, my story's a little different, where after high school, I ended up starting a business right away. And that really was a very unique moment, because I was kind of just going by faith. You know, I really didn't know what I was doing. I was just excited. And as I look back on that, you know, the things I learned in home theater and the television business from 2004 to 2008 really, you know, kind of allowed me to understand, you know, things that were going to happen later. And so, you know, I think, you know, what you got to understand is you got to be able to fall in love with something new, right? You got to be willing to allow something to come into your life that could really begin to change and help you grow. As you heard Darrin said, you know, and write this down. Today, I want to challenge you. This is my challenge for the call, because we're going to stay on time here today. But I want you to fall in love with something, right? And or let me change the saying here. There's two things that really need to happen today, and I believe that this will help you not only find fulfillment, you'll start to see things change for things to grow. You've got to believe in something, or you got to believe in someone. More than ever, you know, now than ever, we've got to believe in the future. And for me, again, I'm going back to my experience when I believed that, you know, this business I kind of fell into would work. And I learned so much, you know, about just sales and service and working with people. But I really learned about timing. And I think today you got to understand that the timing is so interesting right now with what's going on, where we have an opportunity to do something great. But deep down, you've got to believe in something, and you've got to believe in someone. And that's why you're on this call here today. You know, to be able to find something new, or a new discovery. And so for me, that's really what happened was, you know, I started to believe, you know, when I first saw this business, number one, in something. And I believed really in the product. That was a big thing for me as an athlete, but I believed in what it was doing for people. And I believe that today, when you really take a deeper look at what we're doing, you know, and we don't just think about our health, and we don't just think about our business and what it can do for us, but think about others, right? You know, when you put others, you know, first, that's when, you know, they say if you cater to, you know, it talks about, you know, catering to the masses is the way to greatness, right? You know, helping the masses is the way that you can really, you know, find, you know, something that you do that's so big and bigger than you know. And I think that's what really today and what we're doing in this opportunity is it's changing people's lives. I mean, I hear it all the time. I'm getting texts, I get messages every day for the fact that what our products and what we have is doing for people. And I know for right now, especially with what's going on, people are kind of scared and concerned more about their health than ever. And so there's a real need for what we do. And again, when I had to shift the mindset and kind of graduate the mindset or grow up from playing, you know, sports and being an athlete into doing a more traditional business, and then, you know, in the TV business, but then to kind of move on to a non-traditional business, because what we do is not the traditional way. I had to have an open mind, but I started to realize that everything happened for a reason. Everything's kind of meant to be. And so when you really start to look at what we're doing, you know, what we're able to do is really bless people physically. And I don't know about you, but I know a lot of people in my life that want to feel better physically, you know, from athletes and different people that I'm around, but also, you know, just people that have just all sorts of different situations. My mom had some health problems last year. You know, so when you think about people that you know, and the people and how they're doing, you know, you're going to hear people talk about things like this. I'm sick, I'm tired, stressed out, fatigued, depressed, maybe gaining weight. And again, you know, that was one of the things that really became a passion for me in what we're doing, because I started to believe in something. I believe in the product. I believe in Moringa. I believe in what we're doing. You know, the mission statement of what we have here is to really, you know, to really help, you know, let people live life unlimited, to be able to live life to the fullest possibilities. But you don't have that. You can't have that if you don't have your health. And again, we all know that the rise in health problems today, we all know that people eat for the wrong reasons, for taste, for price, or they don't have the time. And so when you really take a deeper look at what we're doing, it's not only just truly special, but it's truly a blessing, because what we're able to do is change people's lives physically. And when you change people's lives physically, you change their life. You know, and I know that because my trainer and the people I worked out with through the years made an impact on me in my basketball, made an impact on me in my health, and in even how I feel today. And so has this product. And that's what I'm saying here is that, you know, when you have the ability to bless somebody, to share something, you know, to be able to, you know, help them feel better physically, you guys, that's priceless. And that's why today we're excited about where we are and where we're going. You know, we're part of a company that is on the tipping point, just on the point of getting to $1 billion a year in revenue. Think about that. So we're part of something big. We're part of something huge. But Jason, you know, what really, you know, I get so puzzled by is I meet people every day that have never heard about it. I meet people every day that don't even know what this is. So I realize, number one, that I have the upper hand. I know I have the advantage. Let me show you this text from Manny. I just got Manny started. And he goes, got my Zija. I said, let's go, the patch. And this is a picture of him wearing his patch. And I know he's about to text me, and he's going to tell me how he feels. And I know because he played pro baseball. He does the MMA training. You know, I know this is going to help him in so many ways. And so that's my challenge for you today. Could you be open to the possibilities of something coming in your life that would not only impact the world and be able to help people, but again, can you believe in something more than just what's around you right now? And that's what happened to me. That's what happened to Jason. That's what's happened to Darrin and to Gerhard, to all of us today, is we had to, really, take a step back and realize it's not just about me. It's not just about my health. It's not just about my income or my business. I realize that there's a calling to what we're talking about today. And that's why you're here. And the fact that we need to help others. This is a business of people helping people. And again, when you see the stories, when you see the success from the product, your fire, your flame of your fire will grow, because you know it's not just about the money. I like to say that if you took the business side away, Jason, people are still going to buy this. And I knew that when I first saw this, when I first had that opportunity, I knew it could be my moment. This could be the moment that I've been waiting for. my dad used to tell me, and my mom would say it, she said, Brad, dream big dreams because small dreams have no magic. But I'd always hear my dad say, you know, son, when the stars line up, you'll know. And the stars have lined up, ladies and gentlemen, more than ever before. You hear Gerhard, you know, rocking over in Austria and Europe and all over the world. And young Jay, and, you know, from him and just going to church through a friend of a friend of a friend, and how much that's impacted Jason's life and Gerhard and his family's life. And, you know, to see that the new Darrin, the change that happened to Darrin, it's like, you can't even put like the impact that these three will make on the world because of that one introduction, that one exposure, that one phone call, that one message, that they were open, you know, to believe in something. They were open to believing in someone. See, I want to thank you, Darrin, for at least giving me the chance to believe in me. Because as much as you feel that way, I know that you gave me that opportunity, you know, for you to believe in me. And I had a lot of weight on me in doing that. And that's why I was smart to realize it wasn't just what I talked and showed you, it was Bob and other people that would really be able to help you understand. There is no real secret to life. Well, maybe there is a secret, the law of attraction. You probably attracted yourself on this call today because there's something going on, some energy going out of you that caused someone to think about you or to reach out to you and say, hey, we need to talk. And some encouragement today, guys, and before we close out here, Jason, I'm going to pass it to you for final thoughts. But guys, you know, what would you dream if you could? How big would you dream if you knew you couldn't fail? What if, you know, everybody just fell in love with what we're saying about our product? What if everybody loved it? I mean, you know, once in a blue moon, but let's just say most of the time. Imagine what could happen. Imagine the people that we could impact, you know, if we could show this and share this with people. And that's, to me, the vision I have today. The vision's not about a business and about the opportunity. It's about helping people being able to really find a solution in whatever they're going through. And I believe our brand, our offer, you know, the variety of what we're able to show people can help people in almost any area of their life. And that's why you need to know this today. And so tonight, guys, I want to encourage you to, I hope you don't sleep, because hopefully you're thinking about people right now that you know who are trainers, athletes, people who are, you know, into being into fitness, or any of those people that you know that, you know, we have so many successful moms and stay-at-home moms and business women. There's so many different for young men, young women that are all around the world, you know, working together. Why? Because something is happening. Something is going on right now where they're waking up to realize that, hey, solutions to these problems. There are solutions, and there's honestly just, there's a better way. And if you're willing to take that next, that's what it's all about. But you got to believe in something, and you got to believe in someone. And that's what happened. You know, when I found this business, I was able to believe something that I knew could impact people in their health. It could really change people's lives. And then also I knew that it could help, it could change their lifestyle. It could allow them to do more. And that's what really got me excited. When you want success for people around you, the people you work with on your team, more than you want it for yourself, you are going to be, you're going to be at peace. You're going to be unstoppable. You will be able to go as far as you want to go. And that's what today, that's what we're doing. You know, we're really working together with long arms, because we have not only an incredible story, number one, but number two, an incredible product, but number three, an incredible concept that is going to allow people to really be able to live the way they want to live, to be able to go to wherever they want to go. And as you've heard from the others today, we're just getting started. So get back with who invited you on here, ask some questions, you know, and really, you know, but, you know, take the next step, find out what we have found. You know, what this is an incredible opportunity to bless people's lives, not only physically, but financially. And you need to be a part of it. So excited to see you guys. Can't not do on our next call. I know a lot of you guys, we're going to be busy for the next 30 days. So I want to encourage you to get involved, get fired up, excited, because the best is yet to come.
Perfect, Brad. Thanks for sharing that, man. Always a pleasure. Well, with that being said, for Brad to close it out like that and to share his vision and him working with the best of the best, working with people from all around the world and from what he's seen and the success that he's had within his profession, I think there's no better person to close it out than Brad to share that story. So like he said, if you're new to this, if you're somebody who's saying, you know what, I want to change in my life, and also if you're somebody that's saying, I don't know which direction to go, this business gave me direction because I was following people that knew where they wanted to go. And so if that's you, I would say take action. The way you start this type of business is you just get the product to start with, and the person that invites you on here, they can show you the different ones that we're working with. Find out what you're already using. We have many replacements for in a healthier alternative, in a natural way. But at the end of the day, this is about servicing you the way you want to be helped. So what I would do is I would identify what you really want, like Gerhard said, and take action right now. And I look forward to seeing you welcome with Team 10. So appreciate everybody being on here. Get back with the person who invited you on. Give them a call, or the person that if you invited people on there, as soon as you're off here, give them a phone call, maybe ask them what stuck out to you the most, and then just say, hey, let's get you going. Let's start now. And I always like to tell people, if God took away time, what would we blame our lives on? So we'll have to start now if that was the case. So look, get back, person invited you on here. Thanks everybody for being on. Have a wonderful day and welcome to Team 10.